Hey everybody, Daryl and Holly with Exquisite Exotics here. So we're finally down in the new reptile area, so we want to show you guys. We've got all the animals down here. A couple quick things before we go showing you a tour. One, yes, we know the floors are still concrete. We decided that since we spill stuff when we're cleaning water or whatever, it's just easier to clean concrete than it is to clean an actual floor. And we thought about all kinds of different floorings, and we're like, you know what, we're just going to leave this concrete. So yeah, that's done to us. Even though it may not look finished, it's a working space, right? It's not our living space. So we're going to leave the floors concrete for now. And the room that we're going to show you second isn't organized and done yet. So we'll talk about it when we get to it. But it's not done. So that's the other thing to kind of give you a heads up on. But other than that, the animals are down here. And that's the most important part at this point.
Exactly.
So,
it took us about a year to get to this point. The area that we're in was completely unfinished, well, partially finished, and it just took us a while to get everything cleared out, where we wanted it, what we wanted to have set up. A contractor, as we had mentioned in previous videos, that was a little bit of a nightmare for us, even though that only took maybe like 3 months of dealing with, but still, it was very rough. And now that we have everybody down and everybody ready, I think it's time.
Yeah, contractor was definitely the worst part of the whole thing. Holly says 3 months. It was more like 6. It was bad.
I think from fruition.
Yeah, from
starting of actual progress.
To finding the person, it was crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started walking around, showing you guys what we got. All right, I'm going to go over the same things as Holly's going to go grab the camera real quick. I'm going to go over the same things that we went over when we kind of first showed you space, but I'll mention them too again in this video. So if we look in this room, we can start. Yeah, we'll start over here. So first off, we have all of our new Freedom Breeder racks. We had the one FB70 rack already upstairs, but we're in the new space. We were able to bring it down, and then we have a new FB40 rack and then an FB10 rack for hatchlings. So, and the new racks both have drawers. We're working shelves. Let me tell you, this is the greatest thing ever. If you're going to get a Freedom Breeder rack, I know it costs extra for the shelves, but man, I wish we had it on our FB70 now. This is awesome. It makes working so much faster.
Yeah, they've made a world of difference.
Yes. So, this room is going to be the reptile or the ball python room. We'll scoot Holly out of this corner. This corner over here, I know we mentioned in a previous video that we monitor temperatures and power outages. That's this whole setup up top, along with some pros down there. We have...
yeah, that's the Apex system by Neptune.
Yeah.
That we
tilt it up so you can actually see
we use in our whole house. So.
Yep. Super useful to keep an eye on things, make sure nothing's going crazy while you're not home. And down in the corner, you're going to see this in another room as well. That's how we control humidity in our rooms. There's probes that control the humidity, turn on the humidifier when it's needed, and the fan is just off right now, so we don't have the extra noise. Move this out of the way. We also have temperature control separately in each room. So up here we have a mini split system. The room here is set at it holds about 78 degrees here in the ball python room. We also, if Holly steps back or turns around, up in the ceiling we have an emergency electric heater in case the heat system goes out on the mini split system. So that comes on as kind of a backup, and if we had to, we could move all the reptiles into this room if the mini split system ever went down. So that's kind of our emergency backup system. All right, it's going to get loud in the second room because our other house heat pump is running. But this is the second room. I'm going to talk a little louder. Sorry if it's loud in the video. This is just going to be storage. So this is the one that's not done yet.
Looking at all our stuff.
This room is also set up with the mini split, so if we decide we want to put reptiles over here, we can run this at a different temperature. Right now this room is set at like 71, just so we keep the rooms closer to each other.
And actually you can see this huge gap here, so it looks like we're not, how do you keep them separated? We bought that cheap accordion door, but it actually was not that cheap, and it really works super well. So considering what we're doing, we felt like that was pretty useful, and it definitely does keep the temperature regulated in each room.
Yep. So another mini split in this room. We're keeping this room right now at about 73. This is where we have the crested geckos. I didn't mention, but in every room we also have timer outlets. So we can set timers. So daylight, night cycles. We have a 12-hour light cycle we use in both the ball python room and the gecko room. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Then it happens automatically. And then here in the gecko room, we have a whole bunch of sea serpents racks for the babies. We have some, oh, there's a cat in the background. You can hear some meowing in the background. We have the racks over there in the right corner as a coming up surprise. You'll see, hopefully, in the next couple months. It got delayed due to cold, so maybe springtime you guys will be able to see that. And then over here we have the adult crested geckos rack. And then just a little storage. We have the same kind of humidification system in this room that we had in the other room. Works really well. Actually, if you guys didn't realize, Herbstats actually sell a humidity probe. It doesn't come with it, but you can buy a humidity probe and control humidity with your Herbstats. So we just use Herbstats for controlling humidity. Yep. It works really well.
Yep. We also actually keep in this room because they are probably the same temperature. They are the same temperature, sorry, as the geckos. We actually cultivate and keep our own fruit flies for our personal poison dart frogs. And then also we have isopods and springtails that we cultivate as well. Well, we didn't start the cultivation, of course, but they're growing crazy.
Yeah,
expanding.
Yeah. So those colonies are probably going to go.
So when you see weird, this weird setup just based on how we keep them separate.
Yeah, and those colonies will probably just end up going in big tubs eventually. Yeah. All right, I think it covers everything. We talked about heating. We talked about electricity. So the other thing is, I don't know if these two are, but every 2 outlets. So 1 outlet, 2 outlets. Every 2 outlets is on its own 20 amp breaker. So we should never have to worry about running out of electricity with that, hopefully, right? 20 amps, it's a lot of amperage. And there's outlets all over the place, every 4 to 5 feet.
Oh yeah, you can see them on the walls. They're,
and
I say waist height, but I'm pretty short, so.
Yeah, and they're half wall height. That makes it easier if you're plugging in like a Herbstat that's sitting on top of a rack. You don't have to try to worry about running cords all the way to the floor. It also keeps cords off the floor in case we ever have any water spills or anything down here. You never know when you're going to have a pipe bust or anything else and you get a little flooding, even if it's only an inch or two. You got electrical on the floor, that's bad. So you'll notice the only electrical we have on the floor is the humidifiers, and even then eventually we're probably going to try to lift at least a couple inches off the floor just in case. That's about it. That covers everything down here in the new area. The question now is, let's go back to the snake room, because I know this room, when we tried to video in before, has a bit of an echo. So let's head back to that room. And through the noisy room. Go ahead. Shut off that accordion door Holly was talking about. Try to make it a little quieter in this room. All right, so the question, what do you guys want to see next? So we're down here, we can show off stuff. Do you guys want to start a collection tour? Maybe see what adults we have, work down to the mediums, work down to the smalls. I mean,
large, medium, small.
Large,
I know,
medium, small.
There are proper terms, but it's how everybody uses it. Sometimes I just say babies and I'm like, no, hatchlings.
Adults, sub-adults, hatchlings. Or the large, medium,
you say what
small.
you say when it makes sense in your home, right?
So do we want to start with kind of walking through the collection? You guys have already seen the hatchlings that are hatchlings, but we do have some other smaller stuff that, we've put videos, you guys have seen it, but I don't think we've shown all the adults when we first got them. So we could do that.
No, we haven't. I would be excited to do that, but yeah, I definitely want to see what our people...
we could walk through our 2018 pairing plans, though I will say for plans loosely because, excuse me, we haven't got a lock yet. Sorry, getting over a cold. We haven't got a lock yet this season, so pairing plans. We can walk through that. So what do you guys want to see? That's my question. And that's really all I have for this video. I want to show you guys our new space. We're down here, we're using it, and get your guys' opinion on what you want to see next. What do you got, Holly?
No, you talked enough. I feel like as you were talking, I'm like, yep, check, check. You know, I mean, I think that the way we set up how we do things is pretty simple, but also kind of useful. I think it worked really well, the ideas you came up with. So maybe we go over some of that when we talk about breeding. But really, I mean, it's fair game. Anything that you guys want to see that we have or that we could offer.
Yeah. I know more people are in. Excuse me again. Cold. I know more people are interested in the ball pythons than the geckos, but we could show you geckos too. If anybody's interested in crested geckos, let us know. Yeah, let us know what you guys are looking for. We'll do what you guys want to see. That's what we're here for. If there's anything you need to learn, questions, something you don't know, I'll answer them if I know. If not, I'll tell you I don't know because I'm an honest person. That's about it. All right, guys. Yeah. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the subscribers. If you're not subscribing, you're watching this. So here's a statistic. With the Google or with the YouTube analytics, over like 75% of our views come from people who aren't subscribed. Why? You like our watching us apparently. Come on, subscribe. Press the button. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, press the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and I like knowing that people are watching me. It's just fun.
And the notification bell, because there are so many times that I forget to hit that notification bell, and Daryl's like, "Did you check out so-and-so's video?" And I'm like, "I didn't even know there was a video." And that's because I didn't hit the notification bell. So you want to hit that one too.
Yeah, unless you don't like emails. Then don't hit the notification bell because you're going to get emails from us once a week. And then comment because I like reading and I make sure I reply back to everybody. At least I try to reply back to everybody. So that's it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Take care.